Somebody's on my wall. Looks like we're on this wall today, which honestly I probably should have been doing before, because if I shank on this side, I can easily get it. And I forgot the other camera, so we're stuck with this angle today. But last night I was thinking about the last few days, and I think I've just started to get too in the weeds with technique and mental stuff. So for today, the only plan I'm gonna have is to just hit my 500 hits, put in the work, get the numbers, don't worry if I miss, and if I shank, just retrieve the ball and keep at it. So here we go. I was thinking about it today, and I came up with this. Let me know what you think. Tennis isn't easy, but it is simple if you don't let your mind get in the way. I have a habit of focusing on things that make it more complicated than it should be, and that makes it frustrating and takes the fun out of it. And there's been multiple times so far on this wall journey where things got a lot better if I just simplified it back to the basics. So that's one thing that I would ask you. Is there anything that's making your tennis more difficult than it needs to be? And if so, how can you bring it back to the basics to simplify it? Now, I'm not gonna lie to you and say that it's gonna be an easy fix, but if you take it back to the basics, probably it will be a simple fix. And that should at least help get you half of the way there. The other half, well, that's gonna take some patience. I also want to point out a few of the things that I think I've been doing better at, and one of the biggest things from today was footwork. That's slowly been improving as I've gotten more comfortable on the wall, and honestly I think that is one of the biggest factors on what leaves me feeling like I've had a good hit at the end of the day. That seems to translate through the swing into my brain more than some of the other aspects. The second one, which is probably the most important factor, is contact, specifically how the ball feels on the strings. If those two things are good, then it doesn't matter how many balls I've shanked, I leave feeling like I've hit well. So try to pay attention to those next time you hit. Footwork and contact. And here's an example of bringing it back to basics. I'm slowing it down and just really feeling the contact on the strings. Do that for a few hits and then bring it back to regular hitting while trying to keep that same feel of contact. I find it helps to ground the swing a little better. And the last thing from today is patience. Patience is one of those things that you can't really practice until after. You can't like mess up on purpose and then say like, okay, now I'm gonna practice being patient. Something has to happen, and then you look back on how you reacted to it later and realize like, oh, you know what? I actually handled that better than I would have 2 weeks ago. And I had a moment like that today. That was an impressive shank for one, but I wanted to throw my racket so bad, but I didn't. I actually put it down nicely, and not only that, I ran to pick up the ball. Hell yeah, man, we're learning patience. Hell yeah. That's the end of day 12. Slice the like button and shank that subscribe button. I feel like I earned it after that. Get out there and practice, and don't forget, serve big and string often.